Let's move on to main topic number 3. And our third main topic today gets submitted to us by Ronald J Yeats, who writes, "Hi, John. Speaking of cursed movies, it feels like Uncharted has been cursed forever. And I just read that it was actually beginning shooting when it all got shut down. Are we ever going to get this movie?" All right, thanks a lot for sending that in, man. And yeah, it feels like right now we're living in an era of cursed movies. Like everything from New Mutants that was supposed to come out years ago. We still don't have it. Then it got a new home in Disney. Now it was going to get released, and now this whole thing has kind of shut it down. Black Adam was announced publicly. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as Black Adam was announced 5 years ago. Wrap your heads around that. Cinco, 5 years ago. And now we're finally getting ready to start shooting it, and it might get pushed back because of all this. And another film that's been having a really hard time getting moving has been Uncharted, starring Tom Holland. Now, we knew that they were kind of ramping up to start shooting Uncharted, but I didn't realize they had already started some principal photography. They had actually begun. Tom Hardy was just being interviewed, and he said the following: "Yeah, we went to work day one. I'm doing this movie called Uncharted, which is based on a video game. And we showed up for our first day of shooting, and then they shut us down. I was in Berlin, so I had to come home, and now I'm back in London." So that's how close they were to start shooting. Now, I reached out to a couple of people, and what I found out was, like what Tom Holland is saying is true. And on top of all that, like that was Tom Holland's day one. Some actual photography had already started. Now, I don't know if it had already started the day before, day of, a week earlier, I don't know. But they had actually started shooting some stuff for this Uncharted movie. It was that close, guys. It was that close to finally going. After all the years, we've been waiting and waiting and waiting for this thing to come out and for this thing to happen. We got that damn close to this finally being able to start happening and coming together. And then, it happened. New Mutants, Black Adam, Uncharted. It just seems like there's this little clubhouse of cursed movies going around right now that just can't seem to catch a break. Now, this still brings up, it's still going on. There is still this debate going on about whether going with Tom Holland was the right choice or not. Here's what I always come back to. Tom Holland, all the producers and directors who've worked with him have all said, this kid's really good. And he is good. Tom Holland's a great little actor. The question was really about going with the younger version of Nathan Drake rather than the one we're more familiar with in the video games. But everybody's jumping too quickly to conclusions. You don't know the script of the new movie. That's just the bottom line. You and I right now do not know the script of the new Uncharted movie. We simply don't. It may be the best script ever written, and it may be a script that does call for having a younger Nathan Drake. And he may actually be the perfect guy for it. We simply don't know because we don't know the script. That's why whenever people ask me, "John, what do you think about X actor and X role?" all I ever say is, hey, as long as the actor's good, that's all I care about. Tom Holland's a good performer. Now, there are a lot of people still screaming and hollering about it, but you got to remember this too. I still remember back in the day, some people don't remember this because Twitter wasn't around when it happened, but when Hugh Jackman was cast as Wolverine, nobody liked it. Nobody liked it. Everybody got all upset and mad. You got a Broadway song and dance man to play Wolverine? That was everybody. And listen, I'm going to admit to you right now, even I was like, that's not who because nobody had ever heard of Hugh Jackman. He kind of looked a bit like a pretty boy at the time. And then you find out he's a Broadway song and dance man, and everybody was like, that's Wolverine. And everybody was so mad. Because, oh my God, it's like, he's way too tall. Wolverine should only be this tall, shouldn't be any taller than this, and he's over 6 feet tall. This is blah, blah, blah. And now fast forward today, and people are having a hard time imagining there being a Wolverine that isn't Hugh Jackman. Now there's people saying, I'm boycotting the MCU if the new Wolverine isn't Hugh Jackman again. Like, it's just crazy. And of course, the one we always talk about is the Heath Ledger as Joker. Everybody tries to rewrite history and say, oh, I always knew it was a good idea. No, you didn't. I was there. I remember. Everybody hated the casting of Heath Ledger as Joker. Everybody hated it. But maybe we wouldn't have hated it if we had actually read Christopher Nolan's script and we got a sense for what it was he was going for. And then maybe, matching up the sense of what Christopher Nolan was going for with what we knew of Heath Ledger, maybe we would have been more open to it. The problem is that you and I as film fans, we are in a shadow of war, a fog of war, to use a video game term. We're in the fog of war. We don't know the script. So look, am I sitting here saying that Tom Holland is going to be a great Nathan Drake? No, I don't know that. For all I know, this might be the worst casting in history. But I know he's a talented dude, and they know their script, and if they picked him, all I care about is the guy they're picking a decent performer. He's more than a decent performer, so I'm willing to go into it and give him the benefit of the doubt until we see it. So I don't know. And there's still a lot of people that go because, a lot of people want Nathan Fillion, good Canadian kid, by the way. A lot of people wanted Nathan Fillion. I love Nathan Fillion. I'm a huge Nathan Fillion fan. And he did that little short film, that Uncharted short film that was on YouTube and got everybody excited. And yes, listen, of course, he'd be great, but he'd be great for one movie. Nathan Fillion's 50 years old. Can you start a 10-year franchise of Uncharted with an actor who is 50 years old now? No. You can do a one-shot movie with a Nathan Fillion. Yeah, you could do that, but they have bigger plans for it. And so it doesn't mean it had to be Tom Holland, but it kind of disqualified Nathan, unfortunately. That's something they probably, if they could have got moving on Uncharted, say 5 years ago, 6 years ago, and gotten Nathan Fillion on board, that would have been great. I think everybody would have been happy. But him at 50, because that's how old he would be when they even started shooting this thing. You can't build a franchise on that, at least not for like 10, 11 years. And that's how long these studios are thinking now. So I love Nathan Fillion. Don't get me wrong. I love Nathan Fillion. His new show, The Rookie, by the way, is a show you should watch. I'm really enjoying The Rookie. It's a good show. It's in its second season right now. I'm having a lot of fun with it. And Nathan Fillion just makes that show sing. So yeah, give that a shot. Let's give them a shot with this movie. See where they're going with Tom Holland. Maybe it'll be a total, complete disaster. But he's a talented dude. And they know their script. They know what'll work for their thing. At least they have a sense of it. So let's wait until we see it before we get too wound up one way or the other. Now, if I thought Tom Holland couldn't act, that would be different because then it's kind of hopeless. But he's a good old performer. Let's see where this goes. Anyway, guys, question is, what do you feel about this? Like, do you feel like this movie is just out and out cursed at this point? They finally got on set, ready to shoot, even started rolling cameras on some stuff, and then the plug is pulled. Are you still looking forward to this movie? Have you never been looking forward to this movie? Jump down to the comment section below, guys, and let me know your thoughts. Okay.